There's a lot of misinformation out there about Czech Easter traditions. If you come to the Czech Republic, you can literally whip your woman into shape, and it's perfectly legal. So in this video, I'm going to give you the real deal about Czech Easter traditions and try to recreate some of those traditions in my own hotel. I'm Jen, and this is Dream Prague, the channel where I tell you what it's like to be an American living in Prague, Czech Republic, while stuck in quarantine in Germany. So let's start with Czech Easter food. Lamb is traditionally served on Easter to signify Jesus being the Lamb of God. But in olden times, not all families were wealthy enough to have a lamb, so they would make a lamb cake. This is called the beranek. So this is the first thing I'm going to attempt to make. First, we need ingredients. Just when I'd figured out how to say these ingredients in Czech, now I need to go to a German grocery store to try to find them. First thing I'm going to need is 1/4 German. Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Are you German?
1/4.
That'll do. So first we'll need cukr krupice,
Fine cukr,
polochruba mouka,
meal,
sůl,
salz,
mléko, or if you're from Prague, mlíko,
milch,
vanilkové cukr,
vaniljencukr,
vejce,
eier,
prášek do pečiva,
backpulver,
citronová kura,
Zitronenschale,
máslo,
irische Butter,
rum.
rum.
Dankeschön.
Bitteschön.
So you as the man of the house have other responsibilities while I bake the lamb cake. I want you to take these sticks and I want you to fashion a whip out of them. Just Google it. Get to work, I'll check on you in a minute. So Czech Easter is called Velikonoce. Velika means great and noc means night. And it's not celebrated on Sunday like we celebrate in the US, but rather Easter Monday. Which, if you think about it, makes more sense because if Jesus died on Friday and he was dead for 3 days, that puts his resurrection squarely on Monday. It's almost as if they don't want to give us the extra day off in the US. Easter Sunday in Czech Republic is more of a preparation day, but we'll get to that in a minute. Actually, the Czechs celebrate Easter for an entire week. The Monday before Easter is called Modré pondělí, Blue Monday, and they traditionally decorated the churches in blue or purple. It was also forbidden for Christians to work on this day. This is followed by Yellow Tuesday, or more often Gray Tuesday. Gray to symbolize the sadness that would come in the following days. This is the day that housewives clean the cobwebs out of their house. It's not melting!
Don't touch your face.
Then things really get going on Škaredá středa, meaning Ugly Wednesday. It was named Ugly Wednesday because this is the day that Judas betrayed Jesus. And Judas was very ugly when he did that. Tradition says that you shouldn't frown on Ugly Wednesday for fear of frowning every Wednesday throughout the following year. Ugly Wednesday was also the day where people would clean out their chimneys from the winter and ashes would get all over the town, making them ugly. On Ash Wednesday. That's an odd coincidence. Zelený čtvrtek, or Green Thursday, was the day of Jesus' Last Supper, and the Czechs commemorate this by refraining from eating meat on Green Thursday. They're only allowed to eat green food, which generally means they starve. Just kidding, they actually have a green herbal soup, or they'll eat zeli, which is cabbage. And, very importantly, they drink green beer. Green Thursday is also when the woman of the house bakes the beranek. the lamb that symbolizes Jesus. Now we've run into a problem, and I'm gonna have to blame quarantine for this one, and the fact that I don't have a Czech babička. The lamb cake is usually made in a cast iron lamb mold, but there was no way for me to get that kind of mold while I'm stuck in a hotel. Don't worry, I've got a plan. Veliki Pátek, or Great Friday, commemorates the day of Jesus' death. And celebrating this day was actually highly discouraged during the communist era, but it became a holiday again in 2015. So while my lamb is baking, I'm gonna try my hand at another Czech tradition, which is homemade, hand-dyed Easter eggs. Now, fortunately, you can make these Easter eggs with things that you can find in your own kitchen. Now, ever since Green Thursday, little Czech hooligans have been running around Czech villages making noise with little noisemakers called řetačky. They do this to scare off Judas. But because we're stuck inside, we're gonna have to make our own řetačky. On Byla Sobota, or White Saturday, they actually go and knock on doors, making noise all the while, and people give them money, probably to stop them from making so much damn noise. Let's check in on our baranek. Now in the US, we celebrate Easter on Sunday, but at this point, the Czechs are still preparing for Easter Monday. And it's already been a week. The most important and perhaps most controversial preparation that's done on Easter Sunday is that of the pomlázka. This is the whip or switch that's fashioned out of young pussy willows. And this is actually from a pagan tradition that precedes Christianity in the Czech Republic. And it's one of the most popular symbols of Easter that still exists today. Let's go check in on Honza's progress. How's it going over here?
These are the wrong sticks.
We've finally arrived at Easter Monday. Time to use the pomlázky. I will explain this ritual as unbiased as possible so as not to incur the wrath of the Czechs in the comments below. First, the boys in a neighborhood walk in groups from door to door. 2, the daughter comes out of the house. 3, the boys sing a song and whip her on the behind. Gently.
Hody, hody, dobro vody. Is that okay?
4, the women mostly want to be whipped, as this brings her fertility, vitality, and youth. Can you get me like right in this area, right here? 5, she says thank you, and she gives them the oh so symbolic egg, which she decorated earlier. 6, in Moravia, she gives them a shot of slivovitz. And it's all a very traditional and welcomed ritual. And they wear beautiful costumes, but it's quarantine. What can you do? And that's mostly it. If your region of the Czech Republic celebrates Easter in a different way, please let me know. And if I've gotten something horribly wrong, I know you'll let me know. Oh, I almost forgot about the beranek. Vesele Velikonoce.
What do you want me to do with the packaging?
Recycle it. Then things really get going on Škaredá středa. Zelený čtvrtek. Oh boy. Oh, it's just covered in butter now. Covered. How's it going over here?
You'll never get whipped. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard? Wear a mask. Don't touch your face.